या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रानृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिर्देव्यै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापाः. Distinguished members on the dais and all our distinguished guests and the beautiful girls and boys. I'm really happy to be here. I must say I'm very happy, and I sang this beautiful shloka on Saraswati mainly because I find her here in abundance. Without her, we all would not be here and we wouldn't be doing what we are doing. So it's a pleasure to be here today amongst you all. And the principal, Srinath Paiji, and the president of Bhatkal Education Trust just told me that 80 to 90% of the people who are concerned with this institution are females. Am I right? Can we have your hand up, all those who are females? Yes, that's a big crowd. It's really inspiring to see so many women here. A little bit about myself. I come from this small village called Monkey, and you all know Monkey is a very small village, and there we tried to set up a small business after retirement. So I have a question for all of you. Out of this crowd here, how many of the girls want to make a career? Raise your hands, those who want to make a career. Yeah, I think we are close to 95%. That's extremely exciting. So I want to compare, before we go ahead, on the times of today and the times even 10 to 15 years back. You see, when I came here to Monkey and we started employing people, it was very difficult to get females to work for us. Very difficult. Because the social background of Uttar Kannada, and I'm particularly talking about Uttar Kannada, I wouldn't want to talk about any city or any metro because the scene there is different. But in Uttar Kannada, there's a lot of social background needs to be altered, and therefore I would like to talk only pertaining to Uttar Kannada. So about even as far as 15 years back, in our village, I saw almost every woman from the household going to the forest to get wood on their heads. How many of them do it today? In my opinion, not even 5%. Not even 5% of today's women, household women in small villages, bring wood on their heads. Probably it is because most people have the gas cylinder today. So that was the need of that hour. Today it's not the need of the hour. As of 15-20 years back, current situation was not very good. So people had to grind their masalas on the grinding stone, right? Today everybody is using the mixie. And what does that leave the woman with work as such? Let us talk about agriculture. Most of the households living off Uttar Kannada had agriculture as their base. So what would happen is the husband and the wife, the mother and the father, both would be involved in the agricultural activity. So when there is harvesting to do, when there is milling to do, food for the food for the aal. The woman of the house was completely involved in that. As of now, all of that has also gone down. And the parents today are beginning to educate their girls. So most of you would probably come from agricultural background houses. Your mothers may not be as educated as you are, but today you have an opportunity to learn. Am I right? Yes. But what is it that is required today? What is it that is required by today economically? You need an internet connection, you need a phone, you need affordability. Affordability is a big aspect of your day-to-day life. And wherever there is a double income in the family, affordability is better. The new couples marrying today, if both are working, their children have exposure to more resource. And so they are able to get better education, better facilities, and take their life forward. Hence, I particularly feel that today's women must have an income of their own. Now let me give you some examples of my business. When I wanted to employ women in my enterprise, I was not able to get young girls. Even today, unmarried girls is a task. It is very difficult to get unmarried girls to work. You will not believe, most of the women who are working in my institution are all married and widowed. They are not married and working. So I think this part of the world needs a social change. When I talk to the men of today, the boys of today who are just married, अरे नहीं मैं तो मेरी बीवी को काम करने नहीं छोड़ूंगा. Okay, so what does that leave the woman with? She is not allowed to work because it's a social barrier, social stigma. So she doesn't work, or she doesn't work because her husband, for him it's an ego problem. So she doesn't work. And then what does she do? She has no wood to carry from the forest. She has no grinding stone to do. Children are there. Previously there used to be 8, 10 children, today 1 or 2. So what does she do? What does today's woman do if she's sitting at home? Meensar and Dharavaik, right? Just Meensar and Dharavaik. So I think that today's woman has to put some restrictions on how to go ahead with life. One of my girls who has joined me, I have one girl who is, today I have managed to get her in the last 2 years. She is a BCom graduate. She is working in my pump. And last year she got a proposal for marriage. And she told her would-be husband that I want to work after marriage. And he said, nahi chalega. So she rejected him. The same proposal has come to her again after 2 years. And he has accepted that she can work. So she's getting married now. And she has agreed to work after marriage. Do you realize, okay, your husband does not want the money that you are earning, keep it. Keep it as a saving for a rainy day. And a double income is always good for the next generation. I would want to show you one small clipping. Please have a look at it and then we'll talk further.